أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أنا دكتور محمد الدين عبد الرحمن بشير، عميد كلية علوم الحاسوب وتقنية المعلومات، جامعة العلوم الطبية والتكنولوجيا. نحن بنرحب بكل المشاهدين وبطلبة جامعة السودان المفتوحة على وجه الخصوص وطلاب الماجستير بصورة أدق. نحن في الكورس بتاع المانجمنت انفورميشن سيستم، نظم المعلومات الإدارية. حنحاول إنه نحن نمر على الكتاب المانجمنت انفورميشن سيستم 13 editions لاودن اند لاودن. ونحن في المنهج بتاعنا المقرر بالنسبة لطلاب الماجستير حنتطرق ل securing information system، حنتطرق برضو ل operational excellence و enhance decision support system, building information system and project management. وفي النهاية حندي مختصر سريع عن الجلوبال سيستم. حنبتدي طوالي بالسكيورينج انفورميشن سيستم. نحن في خلال شرحنا حنمر سريع على كثير من النقاط وحنركز على الحياة المحتاجة إلى شرح. طيب، security. نحن لما نقول والله security, what do you mean by security? Security in general, we are speaking about policy, procedures and technical measures in order to prevent any unauthorized access, and we need to protect ourselves. So also we need to speak about control. When we are speaking about security, we need to keep control. We have to control these things. Control means we have to make sure that we are going as we are planning. And there are so many types of malwares. There are so many threats. This is including worms and viruses are spread through different ways. Also, this security nowadays, when we need to speak about it, also we have to consider the smartphone. Since all people nowadays, they are using the smartphones, and we can browse the internet through the smartphones. Accordingly, security also must consider these issues. And the Trojan horses, also this is another types of threats. SQL injections attacks also, and the spywares. This is, I think, people also, they have to know the difference between hackers and crackers, and they are doing so many bad things in our systems. For example, they can stalling, they can make a damage, they can make delays, and so on. Spoofing and sniffers. When we are speaking, this is a terminologies, like for example spoofing. When we are speaking about spoofings, we are speaking about misrepresenting oneself. Oneself means one that represent with another things than his or her the original, and they are doing so many bad things to the system or to our computer program or to our organizations. Sniffers, we are speaking about programs that monitor our system. Monitoring us, we can detect the password, for example. Denial of services attacks, we are speaking about installing 1,000 of files in our servers so as we are going to make a damage to the system, and this can be distributed through different ways. Computer crimes, nowadays people, they are speaking about computer crimes. Actually we are speaking about two main things. Either we are making a damage to computers, or we can use the computers to do such kind of criminal or bad work. And we have to overcome these problems by so many ways. People, they are doing so many efforts nowadays, and criminals through the technologies very famous nowadays, and people, they are doing or putting a great efforts in order to overcome these things. Also, identify thieves. This is because so many systems nowadays, they are using social security ID and so on. Phishings and evil twins, this is also a terminology, you have to go through it. Farming and click foods, also you have to you have to understand all these terminologies in order to go deep in security. Internal threats. Internal threats, when we are speaking about internal threats, actually we are speaking about the employees, those who are working inside the organizations. So many bad things happen because of those. Because employees in general, they are doing so many bad things with or without attentions. For example, browsing internets, using Wi-Fi, using social website, and so on. Accordingly, there can be holes in our system because of our employees. When we are speaking about software vulnerability, we are speaking about a commercial software contains flaws that create security vulnerabilities. And there are so many hidden bugs that can make bad things to our system. And there are so many batches. When we are speaking about batches, we are speaking about small piece of software to repair these flaws. Electronic evidence, as I mentioned before, we have to think about this electronic evidence. We need to collect this evidence in order to overcome electronic criminals. Type of general controls. There are so many things like a software control, a hardware control, computer operational control, data security implementations, and administrative control. Applications control, here usually we are using computers through these applications. Then there must be specific regulations in order to manage these using of these applications. And in general, we have to design our policy, which we are going to speak about it later on. Policy must also speak about the input, process, and output of these applications. And security policy, when we are speaking about security policy, any organizations must create a security policy. Security policy is very essential. Security policy actually speak about ranks, information risk, identifications, acceptable security goals, and identifiers mechanism for achieving these goals. I mean, we have to speak about securing our system through specific goals. And then how we are going to achieve these goals. This is actually a general description about the policy. And this is drive other policies, the acceptable use policy or authentications policies. Disaster recovery planning. So also usually there are so many risks that may happen, and accordingly we have to, for example, first of all specify these risks, and we have to know the risk tolerance, how far we can the organizations accept these risk or transfer it or other techniques of overcoming risk. Accordingly, the disaster recovery plan, if there is a bad things happened in our system, what is the recovery plan? What we have to do? This is very essential. يعني نحن يا اخواننا لما نيجي نتكلم على الريسك او المخاطر اللي ممكن تحصل في السكيورتي بتاعتنا، وارد انه يحصل بعض المشاكل، عليه لازم نحن نطور بعض الخطط اللي نحن بنستخدمها عشان اذا حصلت مشكله نحن يعني ما هي الاشياء التي يجب ان تنفذ عشان نحمي النظام بتاعنا. And also we have to make an auditing for security in generally very important, very famous, very common, and accordingly we have to audit MIS, the management information system must be audited, and specifically here we are auditing the security so as to understand the holes, the gaps, so as to overcome or to redesign weaknesses or to delete the weaknesses. And in generally, this is happens through so many things like examining so many processes. Accordingly, we can discover the weaknesses. there are so many techniques we use in order to overcome these bad things it may happen in our organizations, like for example firewalls. All peoples nowadays understand what do we mean by the firewalls. Firewalls, it is a such kind of software we are developed in order to filter in and out queries, download. Encryption. By encryption, this is a technology we use in order to convert the text into, or the plain text into something unknown, which we called it a cybertext. Cybertext is something maybe agree, two bodies agree how we can convert it to plain. يعني نحن يا اخواننا دائما المراسلات بتاعتنا بنحب انها ما تترسل بالصوره بتاعتها الطبيعيه. نحن بنحب انه نحن نحولها، نعمل فيها بعض التعديلات، والتعديل ده من البلين للسايبر. عليه الناس بتستخدم تكنولوجيز كثيره. For example they are using ال SSL وال TLS and usually we have two methods for encryption. عندنا symmetric key وال public key. Symmetric key we are using only one key. Remember that we are using only one key for encryption and decryption. وال public key we are using two keys. يعني نحن يا اخواننا لما نتكلم عن symmetric key نحن بنتكلم على مفتاح واحد، ومفتاح واحد هو يستخدم للتشفير وفك التشفير. اما لما نيجي نتكلم على البابليك كي نحن بيكون دائما بنشفر، المرسل بيشفر مستخدم المفتاح بتاع الريسيفر. اما الريسيفر فهو بيفك الشفره بمفتاح خاص وهو بابليك عشان نحن نفك به الشفره. عندنا digital certificates and digital certificates also. This is another technologies we are using in order to make sure that this document is certified, and actually it is a data file. It is a data file. عندنا recovery oriented computing, controlling networks traffic, security outsourcing. These are different technologies. Ensuring software quality. Also always we are prefer to use specific software from a very well known company and so on. This is the first part. We are going to process into the next part, which is the operational excellence and the customer's intimacy. You know that usually people, they are, when we are developing an information system for all, we need to excellence our operations and to make sure we are serving our customers as we want and as they want. يعني نحن يا اخواننا واحد من الاهداف الاساسيه اللي نحن بنستخدم فيها الانفورميشن سيستم او المانجمنت انفورميشن سيستم ان جنرال، انه نحن بنحتاج انه نحن يعني نجود العمليات بتاعتنا، وانه نحن نوفر نظام لخدمه العملاء بصوره بيرفكت، بصوره مثاليه. طيب نحن we are going to start by an enterprise system, an ERP. Usually very early people, they are speaking about developing different kind of systems. Developing different kind of systems with different databases. This is suffer from so many bad things. They are not integrated together. The ERP is coming to integrate these systems together, to integrate all the systems together with different interfaces according to the authentications and the authority. يعني يا اخواننا زمان كان الناس بيعملوا قواعد بيانات ونظم متفرغة في المؤسسة، يكون عندنا نظام للمشتريات ونظام للمبيعات ونظام لشؤون العاملين وبقواعد بيانات. الكلام ده من عيوبه انه هو نظام غير متكامل والتقارير تكون فقيرة جدا. جاء النظام بتاع الاي ار بي عشان يقوم يوحد لنا داتابيز بمخارج مختلفة حسب الصلاحيات. يعني نحن نعمل قاعدة بيانات واحدة للمؤسسة ذات واجهات مختلفة، يشتركوا في قاعدة البيانات دي الحسابات والمشتريات والمبيعات وكل النظم وكل الإدارات عندنا في المؤسسة، مع ضمان الاوثنتيكيشنز ومع ضمان الخصوصية والصلاحيات. يعني ناس الاتش ار هم يشوفوا اللي بيعنيهم بس وما يقدروا يوصلوا في السيستم للأشياء تانية ما بتعنيهم. Also we are speaking about the supply chain. The supply chain, it is very essential. All the organizations approximately they are doing a such kind of supply management system. By the supply we are usually speaking about two directions of the supply management. Either the organizations speak with the suppliers, those who are providing items and raw materials to it, or they are speaking about how they are providing products to customers. نحن بنسمي upstream supply chain. upstream supply chain نحن we are speaking about the relationship between the organizations and its suppliers, while the downstream the relationship between the organizations and its customers. يعني يا اخواننا نحن عندنا نوعين من انواع العلاقات عندنا في السبلاي تشين مانجمنت سيستم، اللي هي اول حاجه العلاقه الاساسيه، نحن بنتكلم على العلاقه العليا اللي هي ما بين المؤسسه والموردين بتاعينا، ده بنسميه الاب ستريم. اما الداون ستريم هي العلاقه ما بين المؤسسه والكاستمرز بتاعينا، بنسميه الداون ستريم. طبعا الكلام ده كله هو عشان نحن نوري انه نحن how the information system can improve the excellence، يعني كيف نحن ممكن نستخدم الانفورميشن سيستم in order to improve the performance in the supply chain management through the networking. والنتوركينج حاجة أساسية لأنه نحن through the networks we can make a deals with suppliers and we can make a deals with customers and also through the internet. And nowadays the majority of the organizations they are doing systems globally, they are doing business globally, and doing business globally needs such kind of communications with international suppliers or international customers, and this can take place through the internet. There are so many techniques, people they like it يعني very area. For example, just-in-time strategy, the request item from the stores, it must be at the same times of the providing items to store, i.e. we are speaking about how the in and out will be equivalent, how we can provide items in the right place, right time, with the right amount. يعني كيف نحن نخلي الطالع من المخزن هو داخل للمخزن في نفس الزمن. يعني نحن بقدر الإمكان يكون عندنا المحتوى بتاع المخزن أو محتويات المخزن أقل ما يمكن وتناسب العملية بتاعت استهلاك تلك المحتويات، عشان نحن نوفر جهود بتاعت استخدام يعني إدارة المخزن. Also people they are speaking about the pull whip effect. The pull whip effect, usually the communications usually become very loose when it is very long. يعني نحن إذا عايزين نتصل بهولسيلر والهولسيلر to connect a retailer والretailer to speak with the customers، المعلومة اللي عايزين نوصلها أول حجينا نحن من الكاستمرز كثير من الأحيان تبقى ضعيفة أو ما مظبوطة، لكن لما نكون في direct relations نحن we make sure that the information is received and sent as it is without any modifications or without any damage. There are so many software we use in order for supply management system, like a supply chain planning system. This is just for planning, and we have another software like a supply chain execution system, and this is to execute the software while how we are requesting these items, how it is going to be received, and how we are checking the quality and the specifications. And supply chain management also we have the push-based model or pull-based model. How we do that? Generally in business, people they are speaking about these two techniques. When we are speaking about the push-based model, we are speaking about we are going to provide, we can imagine the needs of the customers, and then we are going to prepare our products according to their needs. And pull-based, we are studying first of all the needs of these customers. Once we are understanding the needs of the customers, then we are working backwards until we are designing the products and we are requesting the raw materials and the items in order to do that. Both of them, they are good. Both of them, both techniques are good, and both of them provide the solutions to the organizations. It vary according to the nature of the organization. For example, usually as much as the organization is very strong, then we have to study to study the needs of the customers, and we prepare items. And also, if the organization's resources is sufficient, is enough, we can provide items, we can imagine the needs, but it is vary according to the nature of the business and according to the capability and the strengthness of the organizations. This is just to show you how we are the push-based model and the pull-based model. If you notice, the push-based model, it is from suppliers, manufacturers, distributors, and retailers until the customers, and the opposite for the pull-based model. Business value of the for the SCM system, supply chain management system, for sure, when we are using technologies, and if this is very efficient, then there are so many values that retain to the business. For example, match supply to demand and improve delivery services and so on. There, in general, we can save money and make a great profit. We can enhance the control, and we can satisfy the needs inside the organizations and the needs for the customers. Customer relationship management system, this is the next part of this this is the sub part from this main part. Customer relationship management system, you know that all the organizations need very greatly to understand the needs of the customers. We have to serve these customers as much as we can, and in general, traditionally, we cannot serve the customers as much as we can unless we are equipped ourselves with technologies. أنا ما بقدر أخدم الزبائن بتاعيني بالطريقة اللي أنا عايزة مهما أبذل من مجهود ما لما أنا أكون مستخدم بعض التقنيات الحديثة. شيء طبيعي العملاء والزبائن بيزيدوا حاليا، العملاء بينتشروا في كل العالم. عليه أنا بحتاج إنه أنا أستخدم بعض التقنيات. For example, knowing customers. If I know the customers, then I can design the products or the services that match his needs. I can understand his future needs. I can understand his complaints. I can provide the right price. I can provide the right items at the right place. الفور بيز اللي بيتكلموا عنها ناس الماركتينج نحن ممكن نحققه كلها إذا نحن بس عرفنا الكاستمرز بتاعنا بصورة كويسة. And CRM, customer relationship management software, there are so many. For example, we have BRM, partner relationship management. We have an employee relationship management. Why we are speaking about the employee relationship management? Because if we are speaking about customers, then we are speaking about internal and external customers. Internal customers, those are the employees who are working inside the organizations. If I am serving them very well, then I can expect that they are going to serve those from outside very well. يعني أنا يا أخواننا لما نيجي أتكلم عن الزباين بتاعيني بتكلم على نوعين من الزباين، بتكلم على زباين داخليين وزباين خارجيين. الزباين الداخليين بالنسبة لي هم عبارة عن الموظفين، وأنا بخدمهم من خلال النظام بتاع الERM، وأنا بضمن إنه المؤسسة بتاعتي حتخدم الزباين الخارجيين من خلال الموظفين الراضين عبر سيستم تاني بنسميه البارتنر ريليشنشيب مانجمنت. Also we have another software like Salesforce automations, customer services, and the marketing. When we are speaking about the marketing, there are a complete package specifying the needs of the customers, how we can design the products, how we can specify the right price, distribute make an advertisement and distribute the product. يعني اخواننا نحن بنتكلم على لما نيجي نتكلم عن الماركتينج بنتكلم على نظم متكامله تخدم لنا الموضوع بتاع التسويق من البدايه، من تحديد احتياجات المستهلك وتوفير المنتج اللي بيناسب احتياجاته بالسعر المناسب، واعمل الدعايه والاعلان اللي بيناسب اللي بيقدر يفهمه هو، وبعد كده انا امشي للمرحله اللي بعد كده انه انا اوصل له المنتج في المكان اللي هو عايزه. اوبريشنال CRM عندنا برضو عمليات كيف نحن نخدم CRM وكيف نحن نقدر نحلل الكاستمر ريليشن شيب مانجمنت. نحن we need to make sure that CRM is working as we are expecting. عشان شنو؟ نحن نطور هو ذاته إذا احتاجنا للكلام ده. وطبعا نحن برضو محتاجين نتكلم عن البيزنس فاليو اوف ذا سي ار ام زي ما تكلمنا عن البيزنس فاليو اوف ذا سبلاي تشين مانجمنت سيستم. البيزنس فاليو فور شور كاستمر ساتسفاكشنز. لما نتكلم عن الكاستمر ساتسفاكشنز we are speaking about increasing the number of customers, continuations of the customers. وحيكون عندنا التيرن ريت is very low. ما حيكون عندنا زباين حيخلوا المؤسسه بتاعتنا ويمشوا لمؤسسات ثانيه. نحن في المحاضرة بتاعتنا دي نحن تطرقنا في البداية إلى السكيورتي، تكلمنا عن السكيورتي وتكلمنا عن إنه how the information system enhance الاوبريشنال اكسلنس والكاستمرز انتمسي. وفي الجزء الأخير ده نحن ركزنا على السبلاي تشين مانجمنت سيستم والكاستمر ريليشن شيب مانجمنت سيستم. وشكرا جزيلا ونتلاقى إن شاء الله في محاضرة قادمة. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.